The next session is eSIM on cloud. So this session will be taken by Firuza Aibara and Nagesh Karmali. They are actually senior project managers in our team, and they will be giving an overview of the eSIM on cloud feature, which they have developed. Their team has developed with the help of lot of summer fellows. So over to you, Firuza and Nagesh.
Hello, hi. I'm Nagesh Karmali. Actually, Firuza is not well, so I'm going to do it.
Okay, okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah. So we have developed a tool which is eSIM on cloud. Actually, we have Arduino as well as eSIM, but this workshop is on eSIM, so we'll be telling you something about eSIM. So this is available here. If somebody wants to, I can put this up on the chat. If somebody wants to check it, maybe they can go. What is it?
Yeah, I think while screen sharing, it's not.
Okay. So I'll do it later. Okay, fine. So this is the place. I mean, where majority of the information is available. There are docs. There are you can chat with us. The online Discord channel, and then other things. Where things are passing and all of that stuff, which is all here. It's the same page. I just did not want to waste time. So this is our stack. I mean, we have at the back end we have ngSpice. We are actually using ngSpice, which was demonstrated earlier, and we have Django. We have Celery, Redis, which takes care of queuing mechanism. It's a web based. It is a cloud based system. Wherein if you say, for example, if there are say 500 2000 users have to submit circuit for simulation, then each of these 500 users should not wait for indefinite time, but that the simulation time should be the same as what they would do on their machines. So that is why we have this type of paraphernalia. And we run everything in Docker at the backend. So I'm not going to waste much time on the stack. This is just the background information. So we have examples. I mean, people can go through examples. Actually, I came from this place. I went through docs, and then from docs you can go to eSIM examples. You'll find certain examples which are part of the system, which we have included in the system. Now I'll just go to show you the schematic. It's something like this. We have taken all the components from KiCad, and additionally PSpice also exists here. And you have eSIM sources and eSIM hybrid. So there are around maybe 2000, 3000 components. I don't know. So quite a lot of components that we imported. So now I can this is my schematic, and if you see, this is the place where users are going to draw. I've already dragged and dropped this transistor. I can move it, right? I'm just going to, this is not, yeah, so I can enter. So transistors always they start with cube, right? So then there is a component name. So this is actually BC240, whatever. And then I can actually put a model. If I want to change the behavior of the transistor, I can actually put the lib files here. I'll show you. I can I can connect, but I'm not going to show you. I'm not showing you the correct diagrams probably. I'm just showing the functionality of connection. So this is how you'll be able to connect and draw the circuit. We have a gallery here. I think that something is getting interrupted. Yeah. So there is a gallery here. Okay, gallery in the sense once you are to be here, and then you will see there's a simulator, there's a gallery, there's an editor. And then on the home. So I clicked on the gallery and I reached that place. But there is also a simulator. I can just write a plain ngSpice commands here, and it should simulate. And then so these are loaded in the gallery. I'll show you 4 types of simulations. So I'll show you. One is a DC solver, one is DC sweep, transient analysis, and AC analysis. Okay, so we have 4 of them. Then let me go to the. So I already opened a voltage divider. Okay, this is just a network, and you have a register here. You can put values here, that is 1K or whatever, right? So I put 2K, and I'm going to run the DC solver. Okay, so you'll get something like this. So you'll get values at certain nodes, whichever have been specified. When I go to DC sweep, okay, in the DC sweep, you need to put you have select a component. The start voltage I already entered. Okay, so just not to waste time, and the stop voltage, and the step up, the step voltage that you need. That this is one milli. I also put a branch which is required so that I can sweep across. So I'll just simulate it. So you'll get something like this, and this is exactly the same that you would get it on ngSpice. Okay, these are all checked. Then I have bipolar amplifier, and I would like to demonstrate the transient analysis. You may be knowing you need the start time, then you need a stop time, and then you need a step time, which is here I put 0 as a start time, 10 millivolts as the stop time, and then 10 micro as a stop time, and then the step time is 10 micro. 10 microseconds, sorry. So here you'll see we have put a transistor model here, so that if I want a particular behavior, it will behave accordingly. Now, these are all available online, as Gloria mentioned, and Sumanto and Saurabh. So these are generally available where manufacturers, they manufacture a particular transistor or certain devices where they also supply .lib files, and you can take those spice. These are generally called spice files. So it's almost the same. So you see you can enter those values here. I've already entered. They're already entered, right? So even the capacitor values would be available. You maybe even put a model for a capacitor, though we are not tried, and even some expressions. So I'll just do transient analysis here. So you get something like this. Okay, so you can actually verify with ngSpice output. And see here, actually we are displaying all of them. So if you do not want certain if you don't want a certain signal, then you can actually hide them, right? So something like this. So if I'm interested in blue and green and I don't want this, I can just display. I don't want this, right? So I can just display, and I can look at the time, I can look at the voltage, across. So another the same amplifier, but here I'm doing AC analysis. So we also have linear, decade, octave, chosen decade here, given 10 points per decade. Start frequency is 10 hertz, and then 10 megahertz is your stop frequency. So there is no expression here. So let me simulate. I also have a model here. You can see this is entered, by the way. Okay. And then I simulate. So I will get something like this, right? So if you are an electronic person, you should be able to verify all of this. So how the graphs are shown. I think I'm very quick. I think I finished my presentation. I would like to take some questions, if at all, if somebody wants.
Yes, definitely.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So how come we would rather, on this sort of course, or call it a 3-day workshop, how come we are not using the web-based thing? This is a work in progress, isn't it?
Yes. It is a work in progress. Actually, I forgot to mention the history. Now, so there were 6 fellows which we recruited last year. It was during the COVID times, and we had just 2 months. And this whole thing was done in 2 months. So 4 of them worked on eSIM, and 2 of them worked on Arduino. I could have shown you Arduino, but this is out of scope, so I will not do that. Anyway, I mean, what I'm trying to say is it is work in progress, and we have very limited circuits which can be demonstrated, not all.
It looks great. Thank you.
Your pleasure. Thank you. Any question? If you want, I can show Arduino also. Usha, can I do that?
Yeah, very briefly. I think 5
Okay.
minutes you still have.
Yes. I just have 5 minutes. I can. Yeah. So we have these circuits. I mean, I'll show a particular one with this, and you write code here. This is loading. The code is already entered. You can change. You can simulations on cloud. I can change anything, and I can just simulate. Something like this. Then we have, I have a buzzer. Yeah, I can show you a buzzer. It will give a beep based on how it is programmed. Then we have a motor, servo motor. So this shows that it is rotating now, right? So we have visual, we have sound, we have something which rotates, and we also have something called as smoke detector. So this is another project that we developed during the lockdown. Okay, so I think I'm done, Usha.
Yeah. Thank you, Nagesh. So
Yeah,
actually,
okay.
this is a work in progress, but we wanted you all to see these things, whatever we are doing. And these are all done by the fellows or interns who actually worked with us. So we want, if some students are there, to get motivated and start applying for our fellowships. And if there are some faculty who are actually inspired by these things, they can actually encourage their students to apply. So that is why we actually included this session in this workshop, so that what all things we are doing, we wanted to just showcase those also during this workshop. So that is the reason mainly this session was actually included. So thanks. It was very nice. And I think most of the participants enjoyed the simulations and the interface. I think everyone liked it. So I think probably if we get more students to work on this
Maybe
next time,
yes.
when our workshop happens, probably we may use the cloud facility to do that. So let us hope that.
Yeah. I already put up the GitHub link if somebody is interested. And
Yeah, I
you
also
have to
actually went and I have also put
you have done
it on
Oh,
chat.
thank you so
So
much.
you can go and whoever is interested can go and even just take a look at how they have done. And if you want to contribute also, you can actually contact them and take the initiative.
Thank
So
you so
thank
much.
you, Firuza and Nagesh. It was really amazing.
Pleasure. Yeah.
Yes.